figures that 3 in every 4 people that were suffering mental health face huge issues in getting services here in Ireland. And the report also says that 3/4 of individuals that grappling with mental health issues find it almost impossible to get access to services. And these statistics aren't just numbers, Taoiseach. They're all our people and families, and young and old, who have mental health issues and need services, and they need them timely services. The budget barely mentioned mental health, and I think it's vital that we have a debate in this House and recognise the huge issue that is out there of mental health and the pressures that are on people. So we didn't have to wait for the EU to tell us, but they've told us now quite clearly, after studying so many people, suffering so many people across the EU, we're the worst of all again in the league there. And it's so important, mental health, that we have to have a proper, meaningful debate and meaningful recognition in our budgetary process to fund it.
Thank you, Deputy.
For their contributions, just in relation to the tweet that was sent out, or the message that was sent out by somebody in the Israeli embassy, I just want to categorically reject any suggestion that we provide any funding to Hamas directly or indirectly. The funding we provide is done through the UN, done through the EU, and done through NGOs, and there's no evidence to support that claim. And I'm pleased that the comments were deleted and a clarification was issued by the embassy, and indicating that the tweet did not represent the position of the embassy or the position of the government of Israel. Just in relation to the forthcoming European Council meeting on Thursday and Friday, time has been set aside for that tomorrow. Statements in advance of European Council, and I'll be present to give those statements. And the opposition obviously has its own dedicated time throughout the week, which is free to use for anything it wishes to, including this issue. Deputy Whitmore mentioned the fact that today is International Day against climate change, and I think she made a very valid point around adaptation. We have a national adaptation plan. It needs to be updated. It's going to be the main issue for discussion at the next meeting of the Cabinet Committee on Climate Action. Had one this week, we'll have another one in a few weeks' time. And the sad reality is that so much global warming is now baked in. It'll be 2015 by the earliest, by the time the world reaches net zero, if not later. So there's going to be more climate change, more global warming, and as a result of that, more adverse weather events and more flooding. And we need to focus much more on adaptation, I think, in the period ahead. And I think people will be aware of the support that's been put in place for Cork, Waterford, for Middleton, an enhanced scheme to help householders.
It's order of business in relation to.
My apologies. So,
I think there was one last.
Issues were not raised.
Yeah, again, we'd be happy to have a debate on mental health. The mental health budget is 1.2 billion, I think, for this year coming, roughly a big increase on where it was previously. But that should be scheduled at the Business Committee, and the Whip informs me that wasn't raised.